So time with Tony. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been together. I'm John. Obviously, that's Tony. And Tony, we had to stay away. Picklesburg came up and stay away because we met a lot of people. Maybe had a little sore throat, this kind of thing. So here we are. So what's happening? How are you?
Great to have you back.
I know. I even texted you. I said, I feel like I hadn't talked to you in 100 years.
Yeah.
And when we talked about, like, previously, you know, you and I, we were together all the time, and then our lives went off, and then we came back together for this. But I'm so, quite frankly, addicted to seeing you every week. And so anyway, so here we are.
Here we are. So, you know, the past few weeks have been lots of ups and downs.
Okay.
Let's talk about the ups. Let's talk about the positive things first.
All right.
So the major positive in the last couple of weeks is baby Anthony got baptized.
Yes.
Which was beautiful.
Yeah.
He wore a traditional gown, a white gown that all of my kids have worn.
Wow.
And then we have a blanket that has everybody's name, all the kids' names embroidered with their birth date on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Those things mean a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so it was really fun. Very small little group came over. You know, the godfather and godmother and their parents, and we just had a little bit of a party afterwards. But you know, I was real happy to get the baby baptized quickly because you know, you don't know what the journey where it's going to take us. So that was good.
Wait, are you one of those traditionalists? Like, that baby doesn't go anywhere until it's baptized?
Used to be.
Okay, yeah.
Because it was my mother.
Yeah.
My mother, you know, they don't leave the house.
Right.
We took the baby out, and my mother would have a panic attack. You can't take that baby out of the house until it's baptized. Yeah, we're not that.
Okay.
But with what's going on and not knowing what the future holds, you know, we just want to make sure we get it done.
Sure.
And that I'm upright and able to attend and all that. So I know that sounds a little cryptic, but you know, we don't know.
Right.
The other positive thing is, you know, we've talked on previous videos that you know, I went down to Marco Island, which was a real turning point in my life at that time. So the folks that hosted us, I hosted them for dinner and made a complete dinner for them, which, as you know, and we've talked about, food is really important to me. And, you know, it's to me, it's giving of love to people. And they did so much for me in that, you know, bringing me down. And, you know, it really was a turning point. So it was really nice to go, you know, soup to nuts and make them a really nice meal. Good. And they came down and shared a meal with us. So I had to do it in steps. I couldn't do everything all at once like I used to, because the fatigue is still, with this newer chemo, the fatigue is pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's even with talking to the doctor this week, because I had chemo on Thursday, I said, this is rough. You get tired for a longer period of time, you know, so have to deal with that. But again, I'm still on this side of the grass, so I'm happy.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about somewhat negative, what's going on right now.
Okay.
So just to recap, I've been on chemo since January. I went with the one, whatever you call it, protocol, and for that 6 months, all of my numbers were good. So then after the 6 month period, you know, you get another blood test, you get a PET scan again. So when I went and got the PET scan and went and got the blood work, my tumor marker, the cancer marker, is going up. PET scan showed that the PET scan, it's hard to explain, but it goes by brightness. So it lights up, so to speak. And in my pancreas, in my liver area, it got slightly brighter. So then we waited till the next week. Blood tests again, tumor markers are going up. So that means that first protocol now doesn't work. So
it's resistant to that.
Yeah, it's a really smart cancer.
Okay.
And he told me this in the beginning, because I tried to get as much information as I can. Right. I wanted to know, you know, how long, how this, which doesn't exist. And what he said to me, it's a very smart tumor, cancer, because it mutates against the chemotherapy.
Wow.
So it's been working. I mean, to put it in perspective, and I can't tell you what the numbers mean, but 55,000
Right.
on the protocol, 332,
Mm-hmm.
which, amazing.
Right.
And if you remember, we talked about, he said this is the perfect scenario.
Yes.
So then we discuss what's the next step. So the next step is you start another treatment protocol with different medicines. So I started that. I've had 4 series of that. And every 2 weeks, I got the cancer marker. And unfortunately, every week, gone up 500, gone up 500, gone up 1,000. Now we're back to 3,500.
Mm-hmm.
So, in essence, what that means is this protocol isn't working.
Isn't working, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, the PET scan's on Monday. That'll tell us if it's just growing in the liver and pancreas, or if I have metastasis.
Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on those test results, I go, instead of going to St. Clair, I go downtown and we start getting evaluated for clinical trials.
Mm-hmm.
And how I see it, it's at a point where you're going to throw stuff up against the wall and try to find something that helps. So,
so they don't continue the protocol. It's not working. They stop the protocol and go to kind of, as you said,
clinical trials.
Yeah.
Clinical trials. Which is not too good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good thing.
You never want to be that patient when the doctor comes in and said, "Oh my God, I've never seen that. Take a picture of that." Right?
Yeah, never.
And you never want to be that one. Yeah, as you're saying.
You never do.
Yeah.
And I was a mess.
I'm sure.
I was a mess. We were all a mess. I mean, because I'm very honest with my kids. Obviously my wife is with me during it all, and the weird thing is I sit there and think, I've been very positive, had a very positive attitude. Still am somewhat positive. I'm just a little bit sidetracked right now,
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I sit there and think that I'm almost afraid not to be positive.
Yeah.
Because you hear all those weird stories. Oh, as soon as they got, they were all upset and then they die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in my crazy mind, I'm sitting there thinking, if you don't continue to be positive, you're going to die sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think all these weird things. Mm-hmm. And then I went back and start doing everything again. I called my financial advisor. I started to go back and make sure, and I think they think I'm crazy, but just making sure that everything's in place.
Mm-hmm.
And
please tell me you didn't go and lay on the grave again.
Oh, funny story.
Okay.
I forgot about this. So we're at the church.
Okay. Oh,
the church I'm going to be buried at, St. Bernard's in Mount Lebanon. And I said, Luke, do you think anybody would mind if I laid down on the floor to see what the view is? He goes, don't you dare. And I didn't. I was just teasing him about it. But yeah, I'm up to my old antics again, But the church was beautiful, and the baptism was just beautiful. And I had to bug Luke because he doesn't like when I do that. But
so here you are. You're in this mode of protection of the family now. You're calling the financial advisor, making sure everything's kind of lined up. Just because that's what you think you need to do. That's again, it's back to the control thing.
What else can I do?
It's the only thing you can control right now.
What else can I do?
Can I sign this thing one more time?
Yeah, my life is so in somebody else's hand. No, I guess it's in God's hands. It's not my doctor's hands. It's not. Because they're doing what they're doing. Right. But when that's been really one of the most difficult things for me is not knowing and waiting. Mm-hmm. I was waiting for the proverbial shit to hit the fan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it just did.
Yeah.
But we got to go back to the beginning. And remember, when we first talked, even when I called you first, it was in January. And I wasn't supposed to be around for my birthday.
Right, which was March.
March. So there was a good possibility that I wouldn't be alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have to say, you know, the minimal side effects of this, I mean, comparatively, it's not fun,
Mm-hmm.
but has been very tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived my life. I go on the boat, I ride my bike, I go out to dinner, we take a ride in the car. You know, it's weird, but we like going to take a ride in the car.
Yeah.
And those are one of the most, I hate to use the word precious time, but with me and my wife, and we just sit in the car with the roof down and take a ride, and we don't have to talk, you know, we still do all that. And I just want to try really hard to continue to be positive and continue to do everything I can until I die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid. Not afraid to die. I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, I just hate my family to watch me go through this.
Yeah, right.
Even now, I mean, I have neuropathy in my feet. I walk with a cane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm unsteady. You know, that for someone like me who's always been very independent, very able to do whatever, you know, that's hard for me to watch. You know, Luke helps me out of the car, and I mean, it's just, that's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the worst part of all of this for me, because quite honestly, I've made peace with anyone and everyone who wanted to, and I have no regrets, none. I have none. I have none. I talked to my priest, he's just amazing, and for me, it's going to be very easy, per se, because once you get to that point, you get hooked up to medicine, so you're not in pain, and you're not having trouble breathing, and then eventually you just pass, and I'll be asleep. I mean, but you know, my family has to watch it. They have to put up with everything when I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part of all of this, because I mean, I'm on the journey and I know where the journey's going to end. I get it, and I've never denied it. I've never, you know, said why me. Never, none of that. But I just hate the fact that my body has betrayed me to this point where, you know, Gina and the kids are going to have to take care of me. And this is aggressive. I mean, if we don't find something, like with these trials quickly, it's aggressive. And I don't want to make any predictions or anything, but if we don't find anything, you're talking like 3 months or so, you know. And you know, we might be looking at these. I might be dead next week. I don't know, but I'm just saying, in my mind, I you know, we're going to vacation. That's another really positive thing. I feel good. We're going to the beach in a couple weeks. We've gone to the same beach for 32 years, maybe, and very rarely skipped. I think we went to Italy one year when Fino got married. He went to Hawaii. We went to Italy. You know, so we didn't go because it was around, you know, that time. My Fino got engaged there. So this is a beach that means a lot, and it means family to me.
Yeah.
So, you know, in a couple weeks, we're going to be heading down. You know, part of it was driving. Love to drive. Oh, even with the kids, like, you'll never believe it. We had a TV, like a little TV, a portable TV, and it had a tape player in it, and we bungeed it to the middle of the console in a van and plugged it in and watched tapes in the van. I'll never forget those things. But going there was part of it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not driving this year. We're gonna fly down this year, just because I don't think I could do 12 hours.
Right.
You know, but I'm trying to find all the little things to keep. You know, what's next? What's next? You know, and vacation is next. I wanted to try to get to Europe. My cousin's getting married. My cousin's kid's getting married in October in Europe, in Rome, which I love Italy, but I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, we have friends in Croatia talking about going there for a couple of weeks. I'm just not sure with everything now that's going on that that's going to be feasible.
Right.
But, you know, I'd love to be able to do that again.
Yeah.
So, you know, lots of positives going on, lots of negatives.
And trying to keep that balance for you, not too high, not too low, and can people be helpful with that, not too high, not too low? Because you're managing yourself and you're managing your family's expectations.
Right.
So, not time. This is not a good time for people that are watching you or watching this to stop talking to you and feel bad.
No.
Right.
No.
This is the time you want to hear from people.
I have someone from work lives in Austin, going to Philly or something for me, coming here to see me.
Mm-hmm.
From Austin. She lived, it's just like, those are the things. She wrote me a poem because I talk to her a lot. She's my HR person, but her and I have a good relationship. Donna's just amazing. And she, after I got off the phone with her and I told her what was going on, she wrote me a really great poem. Those are the things that just, and then this last week on Tuesday, I had 7 people come in from Columbus, from Lancaster, Ohio, from Cleveland, all to have lunch. We went to my brother's Seraphina's and had lunch. And it's funny because everybody says the same thing, that they just can't believe I'm sick.
Yeah.
They, they just say, I just want to block it out of my head to look at you and watch me eat, because on the good days, like Tuesday, Wednesday before treatment, I eat. I mean,
you're like a marathon.
Exactly. Carb it up. I had veal parm and had the pasta. Because now, like today, I'm not good at eating today. I wasn't good at eating yesterday, but they just say in the back of their mind they just can't believe it. Because we're still telling jokes. Still laughing. We were telling old stories from way back when I first started, and those things are just, they're just amazing. It just makes you feel so much better. And again, going back to way in the beginning when we started taping, is that I don't care where I'm at, I'm the same person that I was December 13th. Before the diagnosis on the 14th. I'm still the same. I still like to have a good time. I still like to joke around. I still love to cook. I still love life. And it's just, I got this roadblock in the way, and eventually it's going to, what is that? A wasp?
Wasp.
Oh, God. And eventually it's going to take me, but can't treat me any different. And right now I need people. I need that. And Gino says, are you okay? If someone says they want to stop by, and I always say yes, because I figure I could sleep anytime. I can go take a nap. I could go whatever. But no, I like talking to my folks. I have someone from high school, Sue, who just like us, drifted apart. We were very close during high school and all that, and I talked to her almost every day, text, and we go out and have lunch, and all of that stuff, and she's a very spiritual person as well, and really helps me tremendously. So you got to find the people who uplift you, because this is I put on a good face, but it's bad. It's not good. It's hard. It's hard every day. And now, like I was pretty messed up this week. And it was funny because I found all this out, and I had a call with my whole team just before I found out.
Oh, wow.
So I had to, we had a great month. We have a big budget next month, and I'm on the phone, And then I had a call afterwards, and I busted out crying in front of people on the phone. Like there was 2 guys that wanted to talk to me after, and they said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Oh," because after I think of the adrenaline of doing that, and then knowing that things are going the wrong way, and I had to apologize to them, but they're crying, I'm crying. It was like, but you have to put on. You have to, I can't let those people know. And that's the other thing we're debating right now. If I'm at the point now where, we're throwing it up against the wall and see what sticks, then I really have to seriously consider just spending the rest of the time with my family and not work. I'm not that I love it. I mean, I love what I do. I'm going on, young lady who works with me who's been my second most of my career at Hanger. She is still with the company, but she doesn't work directly with me. She offered to take me to Cincinnati and Dayton. So she'll come pick me up, drive. We're not doing much. We're doing a lunch and a dinner, and that's about it. But, these are people that I've worked with for 17 years, and they haven't seen me in 4 because of COVID.
Right.
And then I got sick. So those are those little things that I'm looking forward to. But I don't know after August what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to go on disability or I don't know. I think it just becomes more emotionally difficult for me to be engaged.
Yeah, and hard to focus.
Yeah.
Well, hard to focus on work when you want to focus on your
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And, I've said all along, work has been a godsend to me because it gets me out of that mindset. I'm not thinking about it all the time. But when it gets to a point where, you're really not sure how long you got. I mean, I always had that in my mind, but
sure.
I've been doing good. We've been progressing, but, I guess lack of a better term, I think it's coming quicker than I would like it.
Starting to speed up a little bit.
Yeah. And I just want to spend every minute I can with Gina and Lukey Boy and Charlie and Anthony, because, Charlie called me up on FaceTime this morning. He says, yo. I said, what? And she was laughing. I mean, it's just, that has to be what I focus on.
Yeah.
And, part of doing this is so that Charlie and Anthony can see who I am.
Yeah.
And hear me talk, see me laugh, because they'll only know a picture.
Yeah.
Charlie's only 2.
Mm-hmm.
She'll say, yeah, that's Big Papa.
Yeah.
Anthony won't know me for anything, because he's 5 weeks old. But, that's a big part of this, is so they can have something, to look at and to see me, because they mean so much to me. And that's one of the hardest things, too, is that, I'll never be able to take them to Disney.
Yeah.
Never take them to Kennywood. You just think of those things and all of the stupid things that you take for granted that I'm not going to be able to do with them. I'm not going to, celebrate their birthday, see her go to the prom. None of that.
Yeah.
I think of my Lukey Boy. I won't see him get married. I mean, it's just, those are the things that it really eats at you.
Yeah.
And you have to try not to focus on that. You have to try to focus on the time you have here now, what you're doing now, and trying to make the best of today, every day. Yeah. It's not that easy all the time.
No. It's not that easy for someone who's healthy, let alone someone who's having some medical issues like yourself. All right, Tony. Well, we're crossing our fingers that the next PET scan shows us something a little positive.
Yeah, let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
All right.
Praying for that, man. So we'll find out next week.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, as always.